Hello, second grade. We're going to be talking about pitches today, and I'm going to introduce you to a few new things about pitches that we haven't already talked about. So here is our staff wall, and we're going to start here, and I want to remind you of what all of this is about. Remember, we have 5 lines and 4 spaces. Do any of you remember the poem we learned about it last year in first grade? Let's see if we learn this. Remember this. The music staff, the music staff. There are 5 lines on the music staff. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5, 5, 5 and a 5, 5, 5. The spaces are the places between the lines. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. The music staff, the music staff. Now remember, we also talk about the staff like it's a little village, okay? Remember our little village? We have staff land, we have our line houses, we have our space houses, we have our mayor. Who's the mayor? That's right, Mayor Treble Clef. Everybody say Treble Clef. There we go, Mayor Treble Clef. Now, Mayor Treble Clef is there, and I'm going to show you something new. I want you to look at this little symbol here. Looks kind of like a funny looking bee, okay? But what it is it's called a flat sign. Can you say flat sign? Very good. This is a flat sign, and I'm going to put 1 flat sign here. Now, this, when you have something there at the front like that, this is the key to Mr. Doe's house, okay? The key to Mr. Doe's house. So I'm going to tell you where Mr. Doe lives. He's the only one I'm going to tell you. The rest of them I'm going to make you figure out, okay? So let's put Mr. Doe's house. When we have 1 flat sign, Mr. Doe lives in the first space, okay? So that's where Mr. Doe lives. And so let's get Mr. Doe, here he is, over here in the first space. All right. Now, what other pitch guy do we know? Okay, we know Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray. Now, Mr. Ray, doesn't he live right next door to Mr. Doe? Yes, he lives right next door to Mr. Doe. So, that means Mr. Doe is in the space house. Mr. Ray's house has to go on the line, because a line house is right next door to a space house. So we know Mr. Ray. All right, so let's think about who else we might know. Yes, we know Mr. Law. Now, if you had a pitch ladder handy, which I may try to get one and get one sent to you guys at home, if you had a pitch ladder handy, you would see that Mr. Law lives up the street from Mr. Doe, okay? 5 houses, okay? So let's figure it out, okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses. So he lives where? What's this called? The 4th line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mr. Law has his little house, and he lives up here on the 4th line. Yeah, almost put him in the wrong place, didn't I? So we have Mr. Law, and he's right there. Okay? All right, who else do we know? Yes, we know So. And what's our little rule? If Law is on a line, So is on the space below. If Law is on the line, So is on the space below. Okay, so we're going to put Mr. So right here. Now, we have one more that we know. Yep, Mr. Me. Mr. Me is the other one that we know, and we also have a rule about that. Mr. So, Mr. Me, and Mr. Doe always live in the same kind of house, right? So we know that Mr. Me is in between Mr. Doe and Mr. So, right? So we know that he lives in a space, and the only space between them is this one right here. So let's put him right here And there he is. So, here we go. So here's do. Do, re, mi, do, re, mi, so, la, so, mi, re, do. Very good. Now these pitches make up all of the songs that we sing. And so this is a review of our pitches and their hand signs. Do, re, mi, so, la, so, mi, re, do. So we'll keep those in our head until next time. Bye.